here, suppose, with with Luke Donnelly, professional golfer extraordinaire. How are things with you?
Good, Connor. How are you?
Sure, not too bad. Can't complain. Can't complain.
That's good.
Um,
That's good.
yeah. How are things on the course at the moment?
Yeah, it's all right now. Obviously, sure, lockdown during the summer, sure they closed everything. So I just built little areas back home where I could practice and stuff, and then got back then playing tournaments, and then locked down again. But luckily, I was going to Italy for tournaments the day that they decided to lock down in England. So I only had like 2 weeks of it now. Sure, that was 2 weeks myself isolating and come back from Italy. So it wasn't bad for me.
I did see a lot about that actually during the lockdown. A lot of people were setting up home simulators and stuff like that.
Mm.
Like, what kind of a setup
Yeah,
did you have?
I just had a pretty simple one. I got one of the dry mats, and I got just like old bed sheets that we had back home, and just built a little area in the corner of the shed so I can just take away balls, even if it was raining, grand, sure,
Yeah.
which isn't too bad. So actually, look, it was something to do, and it took a nice few days to make because I had to like. Dad obviously being in carpenter industry, had wood lying around the place. So I said, if I'm going to do it, I'll do it properly. So it took a few days to make, and sure, it's always grand to have there. Sure, whenever I'm at home and the driving range closed or something like that, I can always go and hit golf balls if I want. So which isn't too bad.
Yeah. No, I did see a lot. You didn't go down the route of a GC quad and a big projector and all that.
No, I was actually, I was looking at getting one. And obviously I was looking at getting a TrackMan, but they're about 10.5 grand second hand. And then actually when I got over to England, I went down to Forsyth, Europe, where GC quad is, and that's only about 2 hours away from here. And I was looking at getting one as well. So hopefully next year, as soon as I win a tournament, I'll buy some sort of launch monitor. It's the way the game is going, and everyone needs to get one, and it just helps with your practice because then you're getting instant feedback on what you're doing through the ball. So they're definitely worth the money anyway.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, there's definitely been a push towards like the science behind the game in recent years. You see a lot more of it now, especially with the likes of Bryson on the tour and like the way he carries on and the way the rest of them kind of the emphasis on the actual like the intricacies of it are a lot. They're a lot more like noticeable now than they were before.
Not really, but gone are the days of just standing up and hitting the ball. It's all about like where you are in the backswing and where's the club face and is it open, is it shut, is it a degree here, is it a degree there. So like that's, and you only know about those from the launch monitors. So 100%. Like just with everything really in technology is just come so far, and it's changing the game of golf. Like the distance the ball is going is changing, and it's just all in my eyes improving and coming up with the times that we're in at the moment.
Yeah, I see. There's a lot of and there's a lot more emphasis on like the physical fitness side of it these days. Like there's not too many times now you see like there's very few like big golfers out there now. A lot of them, like I know like Tiger, obviously he kind of revolutionized the physical aspect of the game, the way he came on to the tour. But even like Rory, when he came onto the tour, like as one of the big hitters as well, and like Dustin Johnson nowadays, like, and even now, like obviously Bryson's the exception to the rule because he's just an absolute monster. Like he's different.
Yeah,
like,
well, if you look at Rory, when Rory came out on tour, he was like a little tubby boy, but now he's shredded like. And Bryson is just, to do that work in the space of 3 or 4 months has just been incredible, and he's just literally changed the game. But he's backed it up and winning. He's won twice, and one of them has been a major. So he's back, but like he's driving the ball miles and he's gone big. But his short game and putting is incredible, and I don't think he's getting enough appreciation for how good his putting is. And like one of the weeks he won, his approach play actually wasn't that good for how close he was to the green, say, but his putting was just out of this world. It was crazy good.
Yeah, he seems to just do everything off the cuff. Like even that every one of his shafts are the same length as well. Like it's completely it's completely unheard of. Like he's actually changed the game completely.
Yeah, no, you never like. Geez, when someone says, "Oh, why don't," like even if you put I've a 37-inch putter, where I'm going away from now. I'm going back to a normal 35 length. But even when I was using that, people like, how are you using that? And all, it was just, just what I like to use at the time and stuff. When he's just like, he has everything the same length as a 7-iron. So like his sand wedge, I think, is the same length as a 7-iron, and his 4-iron will be the same length as a 7-iron. Which, in my eyes, I'm like, how the hell can you do that? But it's just all his lie angles are just all where, say, my lie angles are all the exact same. His are all just completely different. Like the 9-iron lie angle to the 4-iron lie angle would be so much different. So it's all maybe 7-iron. The 7-iron is probably the only club that's a normal 7-iron, where all the other clubs are just completely different. You'll never be able to go into a shop and just buy that club off the shelf.
Yeah,
I know Cobra bought out a few sets that are all the same length, but I don't know how they did in terms of sets and if many people bought them.
yeah. So I suppose it's something that not many people will know about and maybe even trust. Like, I mean, it takes a big guy to use big clubs like that as well. Like it's very much tailored to him and his style and his physique as well.
Yeah, and he's so much into science. Like, he studied science in college as well, so he's doing all this research by himself. So he's getting it from another person, like, oh, you should try this. It's all his own research, and that's what he. But even as an amateur growing up, he was playing those length clubs. So coming on to tour with them, it was nothing different.
Yeah, not different to him. Exactly, it was different for everyone else. That's all. Just in terms of yourself, anyway. Like, do you remember what really kind of got you interested in golf in the first place?
I just went playing one day. Well, Dad played in the Ballahea Classic up in Mountain View, and sure, you know yourself, the 5th hole is behind the clubhouse, and that's as far as they got, and they could smell the roast dinner.
Yeah.
So me, my brother Sean, and Joey Cuddy were caddying, and we decided then they were going inside, we played on anyway, and that's how it all started, and just enjoyed it. Just got the bug pretty much straight away. It was going to the driving range, then was going out for holes, and then just joined Mountain View, and then kind of went on from there. Got me a handicap, and just always wanted to play. And then that was pretty much it.
Yeah, no, I can remember actually. It was the €150 junior membership up in Mountain View. It was class now. In fairness, so I was
up there. Jeez, about 20 was going up, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was ridiculous, but it was cool crack though.
Oh yeah, no, it was. And it was a really nice course as well. Like, especially in the middle of the summer, like it was a lovely day as well. Yeah, I think I remember.
And perfect for us when we're starting off. Like, there's no point going joining somewhere like when you're starting off, where it's long, it's a proper golf course. So Mountain View was short and tidy, and sure, nobody else on it.
Yeah, exactly. Even the pressure of having like quote unquote serious golfers out there as well. Yeah. It's not nice for a young lad when he just wants to have the crack with a few lads and just smack a ball around the place. No, how did you manage then? Like, obviously trying to focus on golf with all the different sports, because like I'd say you were probably the only one of any of us that had proper interest in golf then.
Yeah, obviously it came to a stage where I had to decide which one do I really want to do, and I remember like it was yesterday. I played a schools competition in Kilkenny Golf Club, and had under 14 county training that night, and the father picked me up and bring me home to get the dinner, and then to relax, and then to get ready for the hurling training. I just said, you know what, will you drop me off? I think I joined Mount Juliet at this stage, and obviously I wasn't giving hurling the full credit that you should do if you're on the county, if you're going in for county training, stuff like that. And I knew myself that if I'm not going to give it 100%, I'm not going doing it. I'm not doing anything half-hearted. So I just said to him, will you drive me down to Mount Juliet on the way home? Didn't even get to dinner or nothing. He's like, was she training? I was like, nah, I want to go down to Mount Juliet. And he's like, Luke, you got county training later on now. You're going training. I was like, I don't want to go train. I was like, yeah, I don't want to go. And then he was like, then that was kind of the first decision really. And like, it was hard to mix there when you're playing soccer, hurling, golf. Sure, we're playing Gaelic football as well. There could have been badminton in school. Sure, I played every sport in school as well. Like, so it was all
anything you could get any sort of hands on.
Yeah, 100%. Anything to get out of class as well.
Yeah,
I go
exactly.
play. I even doing chess one day now.
Oh, I remember.
I don't
I
know
think
why
I
I
was on
did
that
that.
trip as well. That was.
Yeah, Leaks or somewhere like that. Anyway,
I thought it could have been Tullamore. Could have been Offaly.
Tullamore. That was it. That was it. Yeah.
Dean Fogarty
Oh,
drinking 8 cans of Monster in about 15 minutes and trying to play chess afterwards.
ridiculous trip that was. I don't know
Uh,
why even. But yeah, it was all about just all things were clashing, and I was playing GUI competitions, playing for teams as well, and things were starting to clash, and because obviously I was given a lot more time to golf, I wasn't given more time to hurling. I was missing training. So obviously I wasn't as fit as everyone else. Obviously at 14 and stuff, you're still fit, but I didn't have that fire that the other lads were having and stuff. So I then decided that look, I'll pack in stuff. But sure, look, I always went back here and there because as well though, I'll never have a hurl in my hand. Even when I go home now, I'll go poke around with the lads at home, go poke around with Sean Grace and them as well. Like so, it's all about like I now because I get to it's my release from golf and stuff, and I still watch hurling matches, still massive into it. Like, but in terms of playing, I miss playing, love playing it. Obviously, sure it's in me blood as well. Like, so I love playing it and stuff, but it did get to a stage where it was getting too much. I think I was down to scratch handicap when I was 17, so it was really getting to a stage of like looking at playing the men GUI events, and I was representing more teams. I was on more teams, and I was on Leinster panels as well. So like the last thing you want to do is be say in training or in a challenge match and get a whack in the hand, and you're gone. Golf is done for the year, and you never know that could affect your golf in 4 years time. And then in my head as well, I wanted to go pro. I always wanted to go pro. I was training to become a pro, so I wasn't going to let a stupid smack in the way and damage that as well. So that was kind of the end result. It was like I'll get more out of golf than I will out of hurling. So that was the end call.
What age were you when you got your first handicap?
Oh, I don't know what age I was. I'm guessing I could have been about 12 because I remember, or I could have been 13. Because I remember I was playing off 13. My first handicap was 14. And I remember I was playing off 13 at the age of 13. I remember I played a competition in Calland. So I could have been around late 12, probably 13, yeah.
And just for anyone who's not sure, what is a handicap?
I don't really know the best way of explaining it. It's kind of like it determines the level that you're at. Like say the higher you are, the worse you are, kind of. Like if you're off 30, then obviously you're not that great. Where obviously the low you want to be getting as low as you possible. Obviously the higher handicap you are, the more chance you have of winning like a club competition. Where the lower you are, the better you are. So like if you're off 0, then do you know what? If you're off 0, you should be playing the course in level par.
Yeah.
That's the level that you're at. If you're off 10, you're allowed to be 10 over par to be your handicap after 18 holes and stuff like that. But a handicap can go on for now. You can get up a handicap of 54.
Oh yeah, I'd say I'd be pushing that now, so I would.
Yeah, I doubt that. But then also you can get a handicap of like if you go into +1, +2, +3, then you're getting better. You're improving. +4, like if you're +4, you have to shoot -4 every day to go out and play to shoot your handicap. Like so, it's basically like a good way of stating what level you're at.
It's something that that was actually a pretty good way of explaining it. I did Google it beforehand just so I had a better idea of it as well.
What does it say in Google?
Basically that it gives you the extra amount of shots over the whole course that it puts you level with someone who is playing off scratch basically.
But that's a good thing about golf is like you have so many different and you can all play together. Like I play with, I don't mind playing with maybe look, I wouldn't go play with someone that's off 25. It'll be but like I'd play with guys off 5 handicap 10, 12 kind of that'll be kind of be my limit of going playing with people around 12, 13, 14. And then you've got guys then off +3, 4. Like I try and play with those guys as much as I can be, or obviously if there's no pros around where I can play. Because obviously if you're playing against +3, +4 handicappers, you're having a good game against them, good money matches as well. Where if you're playing off 10, 11, 12 handicap, you're and you might be a bit laxy-daisy, where obviously if you're playing someone that's a good level, then obviously you're zoned in more. You want to be hitting good shots. You want to be making as many birdies as you can as well. So
yeah, no, see, it's one. It is like, I think it's a very underrated sport for casuals. Like, and especially in the like the way things are going now. Like, even like the people looking for golf courses that are open over lockdown has spiked massively. Like, especially over here. Like, I know, like, you're over in England.
Golf has massively, yeah.
Yeah, like, you're over in England now, and I see a lot of like what's going on social media, and especially on YouTube. Like, golf and YouTube channels have exploded recently.
Yeah, like even YouTubers now, if like I know a good few that do golf, and their views have just gone crazy. Like, and even membership now, the club that I joined over here, they've stopped taking on members for next year already.
All right, and it's not even September.
And it's not even 2021 yet.
Yeah.
They've stopped taking on because they just can't. Like, it happened today. They do say if you're booking a tee time, you got to book it basically 8 days in advance. And when that opens up, then it's just manic. It's just mental. So it is. So golf has risen ridiculously.
Yeah, no, and obviously you being from the traditional golfing background, have you ever been to any of the more modern version, Top Golf or anything like that?
No, I haven't actually. I've never been. I'm just one. Throw me down on the range, throw me over hundreds of balls.
Yeah.
I've got my phone for videos, and that'll keep me going. Like, I've been to a few ranges now that have like their own launch monitors and stuff, and I'm not a fan of it really, because if you don't have it set up perfect, you could get loads of different numbers that you might then change your practice to be like, whoa, why am I hitting it this far left? But you might naturally be in, but you're not having it set up perfectly. So I just try and tend to use what I have, and then obviously if I use an TrackMan, which I have access to, I only use it if I have it set up perfectly.
Yeah, because you're trying to bet your game from a professional viewpoint.
Yeah.
And not just there for the crack, really.
Not just there just whacking the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like
trying to hit as far as I can.
Happy Gilmore swing as much as possible.
Never. I can't remember last minute the Happy Gilmore swing.
What was it like when you kind of decided to turn pro? Like, what was that process for you?
Once I really, really got into like playing like international amateur events and stuff, and I played a few pro events as an amateur, and then once I started traveling a bit, then I realized like this is what I wanted to do, and it was I was always going to turn pro in February 2018. Why February? I don't know. I was going out to play tournaments, so that's when I realized that, right, I'm going to go do it. I didn't do it sooner because there was an amateur event in Spain that I love playing, and it's on a golf course that I just absolutely adore. So I really wanted to play that, try and win that, and I think I got a top 10 in it. So that finished off my amateur career quite nicely. So then I turned pro kind of pretty much a few weeks after that, just before, and I was so lucky working a wedding just before Christmas in Mount Juliet, and that's where I met my first sponsor, and I was so bloody lucky, and he ended up sponsoring me then for that season. Kind of set me up perfect then for the year, and then I was really able to just give it 100%, where if you don't have a sponsor, you're kind of like, don't get me wrong, I saved up quite a good bit from working in Mount Juliet for about 2.5 years, but then just to have it just gives you that extra backing, that extra support, and just knowing that you can go play fully. And then obviously went to Portugal, played 2 events over there as a pro for the first time. So it was quite, obviously they say it shouldn't be any different because golf is golf and it shouldn't make a difference, but it does mentally, because like, right, grand, geez, this is now my job and stuff like this. So practice rounds and stuff are just a little bit, you might spend an extra minute on the green just looking at things and and stuff like that. And even in practice, it's like, this is my job. This has to be, I can't waste my day like kind of just coming down to the course and going around the place. You got to kind of properly work into it. So once then I decided to go pro. It was quite like, look, it's a big decision and stuff, but it was something that it wasn't like a random decision, and it was something I always wanted to do. So it was quite nice then to announce that I'm turning pro and email the GUI saying, "Oh, look, I'm turning pro. I won't be doing this." And then entering your first competition as a pro is actually quite surreal. So it is, but like I love it. It's first year as a pro was great because everything that you do is new. There's not one thing that you've done already. It's all new. It's your rookie year. If you play good, brilliant. If you play bad, people aren't going to run down your neck because, oh, sure, it's your first year, so it's not too bad then. But I played nicely my first year. Got tarnished then at the end. I ended up breaking my foot then at the end of the year. So that kind of, when was that? That was end of October. So it was kind of like a bad end to what was a nice year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like, just in terms of like the structure of like the competition you play in, and then like the steps like to, I suppose, like to reaching the like the European tour, would that be your aim in the
Yeah,
next
100%. European tour is definitely the aim. Like the year I broke my foot, I did European tour Q school, and I actually got through stage 1. I finished third. So then I got to second stage of Q school, and I broke my foot the night before I got to play. So that was a bit of a peak because I was playing really good golf, like very, very good golf. And I won't lie, I was confident going into it. But that happens. So then every year I'm going to do European Tour Q school. There was none this year because obviously COVID. So there's no way of getting onto European Tour Challenge Tour this year. So now is to get onto Challenge Tour. And then obviously if you're on Challenge Tour, then you want to try and improve on the European Tour. So at least in that way, I think is the best way of learning life on tour, because you're just moving up the ranks. Where if you go from where I am now straight in tour, you got to learn quickly on travel, different locations, different foods, different cultures, time zones, and stuff like that. Where if you're on Challenge Tour, you're getting a bit of that as well, and then that'll teach you nicely then when you get into European Tour.
It's definitely it's interesting seeing like the inside perspective on how like the way you go about it. I suppose we'll move on then. We'll have a little bit lighter questions then at the end.
Right.
Have you ever hit hole in one?
One.
Where was
I remember like it was yesterday. We went absolutely nuts in Myola Park. It was a practice round for the Fred Daly with the lads from Kilkenny. It was the team, and we had the practice round. So we were just out playing a few holes, and we decided we just randomly picked holes anyway. I went up to the par 3. It was like 197 yards, one hop in the hole. Oh, Jake, sure, we went absolutely nuts.
That's your best feeling as a golfer then?
Oh, it's unreal. I won the hole as well, which always helps.
Yeah, well, I'd hope you would.
Yeah.
Not worse hitting a hole in one. The fella after you steps up and does the same.
Yeah. No, thankfully no one did.
Yeah. What's the best course you've ever played?
PGA Catalunya have 2 unbelievable golf courses. Adair Manor is out of this world.
Mm-hmm.
So down in Limerick, that the new design, I played it last year. It's just different gravy.
Yeah. No, it's nice that you picked a home course as well.
Mount Juliet's lovely as well.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah. I do love getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do love getting back to Mount Juliet. It's that's just a nice little gem of place, isn't it?
I suppose it's kind of where it all started for you as well, when you really started.
Yeah. Like I love, and like it's where like obviously I went from pro to from amateur to pro. So I do love getting back to Mount Juliet, playing Mount Juliet, and I just seen all the members as well. Like I get on really well with members and stuff there. So look, but no, definitely Adair Manor is probably the best course I've ever played.
I suppose lifting an Irish Open at Mount Juliet one day wouldn't be too bad.
Tell you what, I wouldn't say no to that now.
No, I was. I
have to pull me out of your point.
I was really looking forward to the Open being held there this year, because I would have been working during it. It would have been
it's
just a brilliant experience.
That would have been class because you would have only had players really in the hotel. Like so, look, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Next year goes ahead. I'm pretty sure they have it for next year. So, look, fingers crossed it does, and hopefully I can tee it up.
Yeah. No, would there be a chance then? Would you getting there?
Yeah, no, there is chances. You could get an invite for it by being a local. There's a chance of an invite. I was actually looking for an invite before COVID, and then obviously I looked for an invite for the Irish Open this year in Gallagher Castle, but because obviously it was restricted field, there's only about 120 players instead of 144.
Yeah.
And then obviously playing chances this year for European Tour players was slim, so I think they only had 2 invites and 2 of them were amateurs. So, but hopefully next year. There's also a qualifier that wasn't played this year that will be played next year. So hopefully, if I don't get an invite, go play that. Top 3 qualify. So get inside top 3 and qualify. And it'd be great if you could play the Irish Open and Jewel.
We love it so much, yeah. In fairness, I have a little slideshow here. A few questions that I'm going to try and I'll share the screen with you now. There's just a couple of famous holes on golf courses, and see if you can recognize them at first glance.
Okay, go on then.
You see
17 St Andrews.
Okay, you got that one in one, so
road hole.
Yeah, the road hole. We'll go to the next one then.
12 in Augusta.
Do you remember the name of it?
Oh, it's after a flower. Something Bell, isn't it?
Golden Bell. Yeah, I'll give it to you. Golden Bell. All right, let's see what's the next one then.
That is Pebble Beach.
Yep, got in one. Not bad. I think we're on to number 4 now.
17 in the players. Yeah, the stadium course.
You can't miss that one. What's the name of the hole?
It's TPC Sawgrass is the course. I didn't know they had names of holes over there.
I think I think they have the green named. It might not be the whole hole.
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
The Island Green is supposedly what they.
Yes,
yeah. And then the last one now. You should definitely get this one.
Jeez, that's a toughie now. It does look like Mount Juliet now, I will admit. I'm going to guess 3rd hole.
Yeah, got him one.
Yeah.
Lovely little par 3.
It's a gem.
Lucky enough to birdie. That's
a great picture, that, to be fair.
It is. That is a great one. Google came through on that one, so it did.
That was.
Yeah. No, that was 5 out of 5. You can't complain.
No, 100%. That's the best I've ever done in a test.
It's the best you'll ever need to do again.
Exactly. Hopefully.
Listen, Luke, thanks for coming on anyway.
No, Connor, thanks for having me anyway.
Good old chat, good bit of crack.
Yeah. No, that was good, and best of luck with it all.
Yeah, you too now. Best of luck. Hopefully seeing you up at Mount Juliet next year.
Yeah, hopefully. Fingers crossed anyway. Sure, look, I'll see you in the meantime anyway whenever I'm back and you're back in work.
Yeah. later rather than sooner.
Exactly.